Good evening, 47. The militia has released a hostage tape, outing the existence of Providence to the world. This was a fatal mistake, and our analysts are tracing its origin as we speak. In the meantime, we have a lead on Lucas Gray's top lieutenant. Turns out the Delgado cartel's counterfeiting unit was creating fake IDs for the militia, and one operative in particular stands out, Wazir Kale, an infamous South China Sea pirate better known by his nom de guerre, the Maelstrom. The Maelstrom and his cutthroat band of outlaws were the scourge of the shipping industry in the post-recession years. But his reign of terror came to an end with the disastrous 2014 hijacking of the supertanker, Francis King. Chinese elite forces stormed the ship, resulting in the deaths of a dozen sailors and most of the Maelstrom's crew. But Kale slipped away unseen. The Maelstrom's connection to Gray is unknown, but we believe it was he who carried out the audacious killing of a Providence CEO in Shanghai, along with two reactivated members of his old pirate gang, Vanya Shah, a shady figure in Mumbai's criminal underworld, and Dawood Rangan, the gang's old cashier turned dodgy movie producer. Shah, Rangan, and the Maelstrom form Lucas Gray's Eastern Cell. They are a crack strike team, and stopping them is our client's most pressing concern. Unfortunately, the elusive Maelstrom appears to have vanished into the seedy underbelly of Mumbai, the cradle of his criminal legend, and no one knows his whereabouts or what he currently looks like. So, a bandit queen, a showbiz charlatan, and one certifiable ghost. I shall leave you to prepare. Welcome to Mumbai, 47. One of the most densely populated cities in the world, home to more than 12 million people. If you wanted to disappear and hide from the world, this vast city is perfect. The maze-like sprawling slums offer secret paths and surprises around every corner. The elusive Maelstrom knows the city like the back of his own hand. Locating him will be a considerable challenge. A place to start could be the slums, where his former gang, the Crows, has recently risen from the ashes. Dawood Rangan will be easy to find in his half-finished tower, wrapping up his new film called Mumbai Hero. While Vanya Shah has ensconced herself in the overgrown remains of an old train yard. Your three targets call this labyrinthine part of the city home, so choose your approach carefully.
And welcome to Hitman through the third mission, Mumbai, India, sprawling slums, urban decay in its worst state imaginable. So 47 is right at home. Yeah, those computers. Oh, that's quite nice. That's something like a cameo. Yeah, they seem to be quite a lot of, you could say, cameos or just neat little details that they've added to this game, which of course are nice to notice when they happen like that. But I would still say that the Hitman games, gameplay-wise, they do follow this kind of, you could say, stealth and puzzle combination of, you know, you have a problem and you have to figure out a way to solve it, and sometimes it involves bleak humor.
My records show a few residential complaints about a new tenant in the building. Something related to strange behavior. Might be worth looking into.
Yep. And luckily, there's a open door.
This horrible viewfinder. Sniper rifle right now.
Man, he wants a sniper rifle.
Well. It appears we have a rival assassin in Mumbai, and he's training his sights on Dawood Rangan. By the looks of it, I'd say we're dealing with a local operator, known as the Kashmirian.
Well, I already helped him out.
AKA the Kashmirian.
Well, I don't need his life story, Diana.
To his mother's native land, India, 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Following
American
an FBI
maniac.
Investigation into a string of serial killings in Texas.
Or what to say,
He adopted
American
a new
Indian,
identity here,
not
and now
Native
works
American.
As a gun for hire for local mobsters. But who would want Rangan dead?
Psycho moved to Mumbai, where there's much less police following his followings to his doings, and now he's a gun for hire and about to be an assassin, or just still being a gun for hire, but perhaps a bit more classier approach. But now it's time to start. I have my quest is to sneak inside to
47. Our intel suggests the Maelstrom is hiding somewhere in the city slums. I've marked the headquarters of the Crows on your map.
Oh well, I was saying that the basic plan is to, of course, approach the Ragnar's tower from other direction. Of course, that's how the basic games follow this method, and just generally work really efficiently. And of course, this game, I've noticed that it does have a bit of wobbliness in case that in stairs somebody's lower in stairs. It doesn't get so easy for Agent 47 to grab his grapple, although I would say that when you are located above somebody, like in stairs, it would be much easier to... Yeah, unconscious witness, no matter.
Anyone there?
He's out. Lucky for him, Agent 47 does not believe in collateral damage. He avoids it, although it does not prevent him from bashing somebody's face in. Yeah, a couple of unconscious witnesses. What can they say? They once they recover, they can say only that somebody a bald white guy beat them up. That's it. Or you can say that he stole clothing, then he beat him up. It's quite vague description, not much worth. Yeah, piece of lead pipe. White-handy tool at bashing somebody's face in, but not necessarily the most practical. And there's not many security cameras either in here. What now? 47 approaching the big building like a badass killing machine he is, with a very quite clear plan about his approach to this problem. Of course, the elevator shaft could be used to climbing, but that's not the big point. They're shooting some kind of... They're shooting a Bollywood film in here. All the big nice sets and all that, settings and all that. And there's plenty of egoistic artwork in this very high, big...
And you look like you're all on coffee break. Get moving. I cannot believe I have to say. Millions of rupees every day on this movie, and it's all going up in flames. Baap ka paisa hai kya? The script is missing. Gregory Arthur is missing. I mean, is anything in order here? I want results, people.
And he is ranting and raving and screaming because he doesn't appear particularly professional. But there comes the one guy about to investigate water spillages.
Oh, come on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he goes down. Knockout. No. Yeah. And steal his clothes, because that's what Agent 47 does. Steals clothing. And there's very interesting photo on the table but it's quite much guarded, so 47 can't really now go and get it, but there's a little bit of another problem. And it's quite often this kind of little, you could say, opportunities or chances which happen, which that make things happen, bit of complex, unpleasant things. But let's just get inside here and see what kind of mess is happening in this place. Well, there's a painter doing a painting.
When are you gonna be done mixing those colors? And how long can it take to smudge out a few blues and reds?
I'm creating art here. 70% of the work is finding the right colors. Color mixing is an entire art form on its own. It takes time.
Yeah, well, get a move on. Mr. Rongan wants you to go and get him as soon as you're done mixing your fancy colors there. You got it?
Fine.
Yeah, there's the artist. He's got a beret, earrings, and a mustache.
I wish there was some way out of this mess.
And the bodyguard is watching
Maybe I
television.
make my own den.
That can be arranged, but 47 doesn't do that. But he can arrange you to have a headache, a sore neck, and a weird place to wake up. So Agent 47 does follow a bit simplistic, you could say, method of doing things.
I'm sure he'll be there shortly.
Ah, Mr. Hussain, ready at last. Did you get a shave? Oh well, never mind. Come with me to the lounge.
After you, Mr. Rangan.
And David Bateson has so dry delivery about Agent 47's lines. Strangely enough, Kashmirian, despite being an assassin, reacts to your presence with very spooked manner. And now it's about to be...
Magnificent use of colors and form.
Yeah, it's egoistic art. Quite nice big works, but quite egoistic, you know. Except that one. That one's quite nice.
I'll be the envy of everyone.
I guarantee a perfect execution, Mr. Rangan.
All right.
And
let's get this done.
a pink
I expect
tiger.
these to be the final brush strokes, Mr. Hussain. I'm a busy man here.
Well, alright, and Kashmirians preparing
This
to shoot.
painting is sure to bring you a lot of future work. Because once the word gets out and my art appreciating friends see it, your phone will be ringing off the hook.
I can't wait. Hold your breath for a moment, Mr. Rangan.
That's the reason I told you I wouldn't pay for the commission, by the way. I'm not stingy, no, not at all. But if I'm already paying you in exposure, well, let's not overdo it, you know?
I prefer cash over exposure. Clench your fist, please.
Who doesn't? But sometimes, exposure can be worth more than just money. Because in this case, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Just wait and see. When you're done with this job, the contracts will be rolling in.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Rangan. Can you look up a bit? Thank you.
That shot came from the tools. It looks like the Kashmirian finally got a clear line of fire. Dawood Rangan is dead, and not even by your hand, 47.
Let's just make sure that he is
Hold
really
up,
dead.
47. The Kashmirian is on the move. He's heading for another flat inside the Chawls. This might be worth investigating. If nothing else, we may get a lead on who his client is.
And there was just so nicely done the sound editing, as in that 47 just asks that raise your head, bang, thank you. But yeah, Kashmirian is on 47's side, at least in this case. So it's time to do some more of the luring men inside.
Come on, I am not
aren't you listening to me? Are you deaf? Someone's fighting. Go! Whoa!
Yeah.
This looks like a very recent picture of the Maelstrom. With this in hand, picking him out in a crowd should be possible.
Eat this!
Oh shit. Running away became a bit of a hassle. But hopefully I get the time to shake off. And run away towards my other target and avoid the camera. But that guy's suspicious of me. Yep, running away is very good idea. And of course, it looks like I managed to get away from them. And Kashmirian is on the action again, so it's time to go and start to hunt down another contact, because the gang has put a house under lockdown, or how we want to call it, and that's quite suspicious. So of course 47 smells an
47?
opportunity.
That man there. He resembles the Maelstrom. Try to get close to him for a visual ID.
Or where
47. That nose. Those eyes. That can only be Wazir Kale, the Maelstrom.
That was
Identification
lucky.
confirmed.
I was lucky. I found him right when I wanted, so now I just have to do some stalking and shoot him.
The infamous Maelstrom is dead. Very well done, 47.
Yeah. Shot man dead in a crowd. Quite brutal yet effective method, and a bit of lucky as well. Nothing subtle in that attack. It was just crude, old-fashioned find and shoot somebody's head off. But now it's time to start to try something a bit more, you could say, cunning approach.
Wait to see that new Rangan movie.
Silenced pistol bullet to man's head in thick crowd. Not subtle, but very efficient. I personally really didn't expect, but I might have spoken about the genre of Hitman, which you could say that is. These are spy thrillers. They have the same kind of, you could say, bleakness of setting and tone, and some hopelessness and unpleasantness of the genre, and grayness of it, because hey, there's a secret world government which has hired Agent 47 to be their hired muscle, and of course Agent 47's handler as well, Diana, who herself has also reason to be, you could say, not the most liking, because hey, his parents were murdered by such that kind of organization. Yeah, you didn't know me, but I knew you, and I already shot man. I have already shot a man on purpose on street. So how in hell would you assume that you did not have much of idea. Well, 47 doesn't play nice. Actually, he never plays nice. And that, but the encounter with Maelstrom was lucky. Lucky shift to allow much more brutal approach to problem. And jump over the wall. And let's see what kind of other issues happening here. And this is already third time I'm doing this mission, because there was technical problems and dying problems as well.
Okay. Have you ever heard of personal space? It's not a tough concept.
People like us don't have a say in those things.
Come on, God.
I haven't met the new foreman yet. Is he better than the last one?
Pata nahi yaar. He's still in the office. I know Miss Shah is supposed to meet with him on the bridge and talk about how to make you lazy workers do more. But so far, he hasn't come out.
Who are you calling lazy? I work 15 hours every day.
Pata hai.
Yeah,
Just
Miss
reading
Shah
the words
sounds
of
like
Miss
an
Shah,
asshole.
I think she's hoping this new guy will be liberal with his belt, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, let's just destroy the business I'm supposed to be, you know,
I'm
controlling
ready for my meeting with Miss Shah now.
with
Miss Shah's
pointless
been waiting for this whole day.
greediness. Yeah, dumb.
Foreman's ready to meet up
But
with
then
Miss
again,
Shah on
if
the
you
bridge.
would get
We're heading
your
there now.
income from some other things that you
Follow me
really
to the
wouldn't
bridge.
need any of this kind of business running efficiently, you can run it as tyrannically and to the ground as you
Oi,
want.
kapde gande hai abhi bhi.
Yeah,
You
and
need to
that
put in more effort. That's not even close to good enough.
6, 7 hours?
yeah, working your people to death does not add your profits; it reduces them. But then again, if your idea is just to get rid of people, kill people, then it does work. Just fine, actually. Unfortunately, way too good as well. Enslavement is not so much of
Aja,
use of
it's just through
sparing
here.
expenses,
Miss Shah
just
will be
more
along
like
soon.
matter
Better
of.
get your shit together if you don't want to end up like the old foreman. Samjha?
That one was already most likely murdered.
That's the new guy, huh? How long is he going to last, you think? A week?
Depends on what the Queen decides to do with him, I guess. He looks tough enough. Might last a week in the pits, maybe even 2.
Maybe he's been working really hard on that report of his. Maybe she'll actually keep him on.
I can't imagine that. He's been hiding inside that little office of his all day, afraid to come out. I don't think he has what it takes.
Actually, Agent 47 has lots of things which he needs. He just a few minutes ago cold-bloodedly murdered man in the streets. In broad daylight, in view of lots of witnesses. So there's a quite not so sense to say that what there is.
The new foreman finally graces us with his
Oh,
presence.
hi.
What do you have to report?
Well done, 47. You've managed to lure Vanya Shaw out into the open. Anything could happen here.
Yeah, let's
I
have a
see
chat.
a lot of dead weight.
I've made a similar observation. Tell me more.
Well, the objective is find the root of the problem, work to get close to it, and then eradicate it.
I like
Nice
your
body
thinking.
language.
How would you approach the task you see before you?
My usual method is prepare intensely, study the problem, learn everything I can, analyze all approaches. The idea is to gently nudge people to do what I want. And then, once the objective is in my sights, perfect execution.
Not
Well, this
afraid to
time not
spill
so
some blood in
perfect,
the
but very
process.
efficient.
Not at all. In fact, I find that happens quite often.
I like you, foreman. I think this could be the beginning of a very fruitful relationship.
I aim to please, Miss Shah.
Yeah. And the dryness of his delivery is David Bateson's delivery is simply amazing. He could
Scurrying about at your own
he could be a
pace,
demoisturizer
taking
with his
unnecessary
voice.
breaks, drinking my water, wasting my money. You have had it easy up until now. But your new foreman will bring some order to this rebellious behavior. The days of slacking are over. You hear me?
What the hell?
That is Vanya Shah taking care of 47. Are you planning on outsourcing all your work to the Kashmirian from now on? Mission completed. Time to find an exit.
Well, and the larger plot is that Kashmirian was about to kill both Ragnar or Rangar and Shah as some kind of audition for to work for Maelstrom. But Maelstrom is also dead because he was just coldly shot to death in the street. So there's a bit of his plan good, didn't work so well. But this time, but I do hope that the technical problems about sound recordings, well, there was a weird echo in the previous attempt, which didn't work with as brutally as this one did, but it took longer time because there was no lucky encounter with one of the targets right in the middle of the street. So, end of episode right here. 47 walks away.